What's really exciting with media today is the ability for people to create compelling narratives, to create stories that are personally meaningful and are tailored to a particular town, even a particular family. We are so far away from the broadcast media of my childhood, the 3 channels designed for everyone. And it's not that there's a lot of junk out there, there's junk out there, but people can now hone their message to individual communities, and communities can hone their message and how they talk to each other. And the expression tools, the storytelling tools, and the distribution mechanisms are available in ways that we've never had in the past. So one thing that we're especially excited about here at Georgia Tech is that what you're seeing in Facebook now with social media and people being able to create their own network or their own graph of their media in the world is that we're turning those graphs to healthcare and to wellness. And we're allowing people to take that social connection or how they think about their life and use that as a frame or a platform for the future of healthcare applications, especially mobile applications. So now, so many exciting projects. So one example out there is we have a new startup company, Usable Health, came out of Georgia Tech, and it has a product out there called Smart Menu. And when you walk into a quick service restaurant, or in the future it's going to be other table service restaurants, you can interact with the system to get a personalized meal recommendation. Now, for some folks, they have very serious health concerns. They're diabetic, they're fighting heart disease, and they really need to know what's going on below the surface of this menu. For other folks, it's allergies, it's just preferences, or they're a frequent customer and they just want to, I want the usual and I don't want to have to go through this rigmarole, this new waitress who really doesn't seem to know the place yet. And so people are able to take that personalized experience, but now they want to bring that into a mobile application, into the grocery store. That same idea, what is right for me here? And then they're vacationing and they're in a place they don't know very well. What makes sense for me here? What would be good recommendations? So we're used to now going to OpenTable, like find me a good restaurant, I'm vacationing. It's like, oh, okay, well now find me a good pharmacy, find me a good place for me to hang out with my family, find me the right spa, or in a medical situation, find me the right doctor. So we're taking this familiarity with things like Facebook and OpenTable that people are now very comfortable with and saying, use these same tools, but be able to impact something incredibly important to your daily life, which is your own health. People want to be able to navigate their choices, they want to be able to make sense of the world, and they want to make informed choices. And in the healthcare world, you talk about patient engagement. But what patient engagement really boils down to is that you take ownership of the things that you care about and you use information for your personal gain, for your personal benefit. And just being able to see this empowerment and the ability for people to define health on their own terms. One of the themes that we're paying attention to in our research here at Georgia Tech is how we're moving from media channels into a distributed and hybrid media ecosystem. And what I mean by that is the question for a content provider is not about keeping people in the same channel, but it's about keeping people associated with the same content. So your favorite show, that ecosystem is when it's, airs weekly, and the online community and the fan community, and then the cool games that are on your mobile device, and what's going on in Twitter. That is the ecosystem. And so as a content designer, what you want to do is keep people in that ecosystem, and you want that to be fluid. You want to make it easy to jump from Twitter into the fan club, into even the Wikipedia articles. You want to keep people within that space. And it's a tremendous design challenge, but it's fantastic for consumers because now instead of being locked into these traditional walled gardens of content, they have the freedom and flexibility to start mashing things up on their own. So you get this dialogue between the content providers and the consumers, and you get this wonderful feeling of joint production of where people are putting things together. The whole notion of what's going on in the fan site actually influencing what happens to show up in the broadcast side.